Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me at Purple Table Tarot. I'm Robin, and I'm going to be doing the reading for the third group. Those of you that chose the quartz crystal, and this is a reading for the new moon in Taurus that is happening tomorrow. So I'll be uploading all my videos in the morning, and when this airs, it'll be the day of the new moon. So this is a really great time for you to set your intentions, whatever new intentions, goals and things you want to manifest inside of yourself, or internally or externally, and seeing what might come to pass by the full moon. Oopie. So we'll be using the Morgan Greer. We'll be delivering your messages to you. So what messages do we have for group number 3? So, some of the things about Taurus is that they really love to luxuriate in the material, the finer things in life, as an external kind of quality, but they are also very headstrong, earth sign, and can be quite stubborn sometimes, but ultimately just like so loyal and loving and nurturing and just dedicated. Like, they make fantastic best friends. They're fabulous. So anyhow, this is for the new moon in Taurus, and this is for the quartz crystal group number 3. What messages do we have for group number 3? Let's get started. Okay. So straight away we see that the magician is here, and whenever the magician shows up in a reading, that is really telling you that whatever new endeavor or intention, manifestation that you're going for this time, and it could be new or it could be one that you've been working on for a while, it's all fine and good, that you have everything that you need in order to make that happen. You have all of the energies of the elements within you and in your toolbox to, make it happen in whatever form it needs to come about in your life. The magician has the cup and the pentacle and the sword and the wand or the rod, and it's just all the elements, fire, water, air, and earth, all together. And it's just a beautiful energy, very beautiful energy. Also, at the very beginning of a very close to the beginning of the Fool's Journey. This is the second card in the Arcana, and right before this is the Fool. And so the Magician is card number 1. And so it's kind of like, you know, once that Fool decides to embark on their journey, the next step is gathering their resources. So that's what the Magician is telling you today, is that you have all your resources, you have everything that you need to move forward, which is great. And then next, we have another major arcana card, the Wheel of Fortune. And I love this. I love this card because, you know, there's kind of like this hand of fate cranking the wheel. And it's like basically, you know, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. It's just like the wheel just keeps going around and around. And it's really the card of fate and some luck. And also, I like to call it the karmic wheel. And where we put our energy, you know, where are we going to put our energy? Where are we going to put our focus? If we live our lives through good karma, then you're going to reap what you sow. Not to say that, like, you know, bummer things don't happen to good people. It does. It's just life, right? That's also an experience of the wheel. But I really believe that we have a lot of, you know, power in our co-creation, you know, and just being intentional about things. And so, you know, here it is, the Wheel of Fortune. You have your tools, and this is also a card of trust, trusting in the process, trusting in the things that come along. Maybe there are things that you plan for, and there are things that have happened that you made happen that you had more control in, and then there are other things in life that happen that you didn't have any control over. And it's all about trusting that and being with whatever feelings arise in response to those things, but ultimately, you know, trusting that is the way. Like the Mandalorian. That's the way that just came to me. It's just funny. I'm just a goof. Okay, so then we have the Nine of Swords, which is quite interesting energy. I'm thinking that maybe we'll have more information on this as the story unfolds, but the Nine of Swords is a worry card. It's really just talks about sleepless nights. You're worrying, you have some anxiety about whatever this may be. You know, I mean, seeing as these cards precede it, you know, maybe you have all that you need in your toolbox like the Magician does, but then perhaps trusting that Wheel of Fortune and the Hand of Fate is, you know, making you a little worried about what curveballs life may throw you. Who knows, you know, but there are worries about. And then you have the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords is an energy. This could stand for you. Maybe you're the Queen of Swords. Someone who is clear seeing, really being invited to use your discernment in your decision making, not afraid to cut out the things that don't serve her, and in a very mindful way, not in any kind of flippant, kind of off with their heads kind of way, but you know, just really, really clear and sure about where she's been, where she's going, and what is going to benefit, you know, her journey there, right? And then you have the Page of Rods. That's right after. Now the Page of Rods has a lot of curiosity about what next project or next course of action they're going to take. You know, really very much at the beginning of their journey when it comes to an action plan. So perhaps there's a part of you that, you know, maybe these worries, maybe you're invoking some of your Queen of Swords energy and cutting out some aspects of your plan, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest here. And maybe that gives you a feeling of going back to the drawing board, of reformulating your action plan. But either way, this is a youthful, fresh approach, kind of never before seen footage. I don't know, it's just one of those energies where I feel like it's really positive, the page. I think the pages in any suit can remind us that it's refreshing to you know, go back and take stock and to just have some trust and curiosity and wonder in a new action plan. And it takes a lot of courage to invoke the page energy, because you're actually admitting that you don't know everything, which is hard for a lot of people to do, present company included. Only from time to time, though, not all the time. I mean, I'm not always right, but you were right. I was less right. Okay. So the next one is the Four of Cups. And so, you know, like, there's this energy of kind of figuring out a new action plan, and maybe there's a part of you that feels a little stymied or feels a little immobile. Maybe there's a part of you that doesn't really know quite what to do, even though you have these tools. But the Hand of Fate is coming in again, and the Hand of Fate is offering you an opportunity, and is offering you a cup. So here we have the 3 cups sitting down, and then we have the 1 being offered. So, you know, this can also be a card that is speaking to you, speaking to your feelings of, you know, maybe boredom, or maybe things aren't happening fast enough for you with regard to whatever kind of action plan you're taking, you know. And I think this is inviting you to keep your head up and your eyes open to new opportunities coming your way, and just staying mindful about just any opportunities that might come your way, or new fresh feelings that you have about your endeavors. Because things are going to be changing. Things are going to be turning around in pretty quick fashion. So once you really get clear on what it is you want to set in motion, it's going to be going pretty quickly. This means swift movement. This could also mean some travel, but by and large, this means that it is coming toward you. And so this is, you know, if you were feeling bored and like things weren't moving fast enough, you can buckle up, because things are about to shift. And here you have the card of mastery, is the 8 of Pentacles. So you had the 8 of Wands followed by the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles is a card of mastery. You have pinned down your plan. You did some meditation, whatever the case was. You figured out your action plan and you're doing it. And it's working. It's working. Okay? It's working. And that's really great. And you could see, like, I just like noticed this now, you know, he's working on his little thing, and there's this look on his face of, like, you know, just satisfied with his work, and not just satisfied with results, but satisfied with the process as well. So this is a really positive card with regard to work and working on practical matters in your life, which is really great. We all like that, right? Some like ease with the thing that we spend the most time on. I mean, you know, once you're like adulting all the time, you need to have some ease in your work, because if you don't have ease in your work, that makes for a pretty miserable existence. You know, like you need ease in your work and you need ease in your relationship. You know, this is the Two of Cups, and it's like this, like the soulmate energy. And let's say, for instance, if you don't have a soulmate or whatever, like some folks say that the Two of Cups is also like, you know, could be the relationship that you have with your higher self. So there's one aspect, and then another aspect is that there's partnership coming in for you, or there's, you know, partnership you already have. And say if you are already in a relationship and you're coupled, things are really good. Things are really nice, and that's good. You know, they say, like if you're in a coupledom, you know, married or partnered up, whatever, that picking the right partner and being with somebody where you both make each other happy and it's a good relationship will like make up 90% of your happiness in your life. Like I heard that statistic somewhere, like marrying the right person will, you know, bring about 90% of your happiness. So, you know, whoever this is for you, celebrate that. Celebrate that. That's a really wonderful thing. Looks like you don't have to be worried too much, because maybe you were trying to manifest some love energy, you know, because the Queen of Swords, you know, like I had said, like will cut out anything that isn't serving her. So maybe you were kind of, you know, you were worried, you were wanting to manifest some new partnership or something, and you were worried because maybe there weren't too many folks out there. You were worried you weren't going to find anyone because you kept meeting all kinds of frogs. And then you're a Queen of Swords, and you like cut out the ones that don't work for you. And I don't know. I mean, there's stuff happening here. So this is really great. Like, so you have your Two of Cups, and then right after that you have the Lovers. So like I see a relationship coming in, if it's not already here, and it's going to be really sweet and successful and beautiful and passionate and lovely and kind and generous. Yes, because then the Lovers are followed by the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles is stability. It has basically, you have reached a time in your life where you're creating a solid foundation. And the Nine of Pentacles is like a solid foundation and an independent energy. Like, you know, someone who's single and successful, but also really like reaping the rewards of their of all the hard work that they put in, you know. It's like a progression. And with this is a partnership. Not only a partnership, it could also be like whatever kind of family you have going on. Whoever you decide to co-create your life with in a very stable, practical fashion, this is everything, you know. This is everything. You don't have to worry about money. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're rich, but you're happy, you're stable, you're grounded. The relationships in your life are good, and you know, things are really nice and very just going with the flow, you know. That's good. Ten of Pentacles is good. It's like happy home, happy future, just like, you know, just it's all solid. And So, and then after that, you have the Three of Cups. So, man, like, whoever this is for, like, you are just like, I don't know what you were worrying about, but you don't have to worry about anything. I mean, this is really, really something. So the Three of Cups is the friendship card. It's the close confidant card. It's your trusted companions, you know, your dream team. So it's like, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It can also be like the celebration card. A lot of times when I pick the Three of Cups, it's kind of like, ooh, girls' night, or like margaritas. Let's go get some margs, or like a wine tasting. I don't know. It's just a very lovely community, good times with friends, and not just like good time Charlies. Like these are your close ones, right? I just love this. The energy of the Three of Cups is it's the friendship card. It just doesn't get any better. It's so lovely. So things are really like just moving along, and like all aspects of your life are just going forward. So much magic. So then the next is the Empress. And like, I mean, for the Empress to come after these things makes perfect sense, because the Empress, it doesn't I mean, she is a culmination of all the queens, and has all the, you know, has the energy of the cups and the swords and the pentacles and the rods. It's like she's got all the elements, and the Empress doesn't have to chase anything. Like the Empress is living in the flow, is living in abundant creativity. A lot of times the Empress could stand for pregnancy. So if there's any of you out there who are, you know, wanting to, maybe you're thinking of like, maybe you want to have a baby. Like maybe there's some of you out there that want to have a baby, and you know, you have everything that you need to start this family, and you know, you keep trying and keep trying, and the Wheel of Fortune, you just have to kind of trust the luck of the draw. And there's always worry when that is the endeavor. And you know, Queen of Swords, Page of Rods, there's that. You might be feeling like, starting to feel a little stagnant, a little, not hopeless, but just kind of ho-hum, maybe losing a little bit of steam for the whole endeavor. If it could have been taking a while, but things really just turn around. Like Lover, like Two of Cups, Lovers, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, Ten of Pentacles is also like the family card. You know, it's the family card, creating a family, co-creating a stable life, your future. Yes. So the Empress, it's just happening, you know. This could be the card of pregnancy for you, if that's something that you're doing right now. And other than that, if you're not creating a human, you could be creating a project. You could be creating something in your home. You're creating your family. You're creating your stability, cultivating you're deepening your friendships, deepening your love partnership. I mean, it's all there. Like the Empress is such a beautiful energy. It's like completely living in the flow, not having to chase anybody or work super hard to like make life come your way. It's like you are in the flow and life is just rolling, and you are like so benefiting, which is awesome. So good. And then there's this Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, this is the card of like waiting for the perfect time for something, waiting for your ship to come in. Some folks say that, you know, the Three of Wands could mean that you've turned your back on something, since this is one of the characters that isn't facing the audience. His back is to us. But ultimately, it's like waiting for that perfect opportunity, waiting for your ship to come in. And like I said, it's interesting that it would come right after the Empress, because since the Empress doesn't have to go chasing after anything, it would make sense that you would be feeling as though you are kind of waiting for it to come your way. So this can also be inviting you to be patient. It could be inviting you, maybe if you are a little bit too much in the Empress energy, maybe there is a part of you that could take action in some way, instead of waiting for the right opportunity or waiting for the ship to come in, or just this perfect timing card. Like, if you've been thinking about manifesting something, but then there was worries, this spread could be inviting you to take stock of all the beautiful, stable things that are in your life, and having trust in that you are very well supported. That's something that's shining through here 100%. Like, you couldn't have a more stable ground under your feet, at least for now. Because let's face it, you know, stable ground only is there for so long. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be negative by any means, but that's the nature of the wheel. That's the nature of the karmic wheel. And right now, I feel like with this reading, you're being invited to really reflect on the stability and the love and the support that you have in your life, that it's just so rich and so deep, and really, it just can't, I mean, it doesn't look any better than this, to be fair. Like, truly, this is a beautiful reading. Okay, and so then okay, any one of you that have been like watching my videos, I know I have 6 whole subscribers. It's super exciting, but I like doing this. I love doing this because I love this practice. This, just a little side note, it helps me get more in touch with those fiery parts of myself in like my knowledge of psychology and my practice of, you know, psychology, because Carl Jung used tarot, and they're associative, and it's a story, and it's amazing, because there are areas, like, there's an aspect of these, you know, any cards that are pulled, you know, most folks can relate to whatever subject matter that's being presented. So it's really quite associative. But my point is that if you've been watching my videos, you will know that when a reading is like really positive, I'll end up pulling like the Tower, or the 5 of Pentacles, or the 3 of Swords, or some sort of card that could be perceived as negative. And so after this, I pulled the Devil card, and that's okay. Don't get scared. It's all right. So the Devil just really represents like a dependency. Can represent temptation, can oftentimes points to addiction. It invites us to evaluate where we may be overindulging in particular things. And if we are overindulging in particular things, why are we overindulging in particular things? Actually, I will say this, the Devil truly, like, doesn't really want you to, like, evaluate that, but the tarot does. Like, when it comes out and it is shown as the card is, it invites you to do that. However, you know, the Devil would be perfectly fine with you continuing to indulge, because, you know, typically this is a figure that wants to keep you bound. Um, so you're being invited, though, right now through the messages, through spirit, to take stock of your dependencies. Are you feeling overly dependent on any person in your life? Is there a codependency taking place? Are you feeling dependent upon any kind of drugs or alcohol or nicotine or whatever? I mean, if it's caffeine, we'll go ahead and give that a pass. We're good with that. But so really just overspending or gaming or gambling, like whatever kind of like delicious indulgence, really pan the camera back and take stock of that. What's going on there? You know, what's going on there? You know, because like looking at the journey, right? Looking at the process that gets laid out. You know, we were talking about the new moon and manifestation, and like the very first card is the Magician. And, you know, when we see the Magician, it's like there's an endeavor, there's something, because here this is popping up. You know, major arcana pop up for you to signify pretty big turning points or pretty big milestones along your path. Because then you have these supporting cards, the minor arcana. You know, where does love and work and drive and logic come into play in regard to these major pieces, major hinges? So, you know, there's something that you're manifesting. You feel worried about that, as we all do. When we make a decision to strike out on a new goal, on a new thing, you know, cutting out anything that isn't serving you. Maybe if you are in the mind of starting a family and having a baby, or even whatever kind of thing that you want to create, and cutting out anything that doesn't serve the purpose. Going back to the drawing board with the Page of Rods and really kind of evaluating your plan of action. Coming in fast, focusing on your work. Having your supportive relationships, like supportive, you know, just to have the Two of Cups followed by the Lovers and then the Ten of Pentacles is just like, that's such good stuff. You're in a really good relationship. And you have really beautiful, wonderful friends. And you're the Empress. And, you know, with that, you know, there's then some sort of waiting is coming in. And then there's some sort of, you know, maybe there's something that you wanted to cut out. Or maybe, you know, there's something you wanted to cut out, but it was really hard to do, and here it is again, you know. Maybe there's some part of you that has experienced a little bit of a setback internally, and because that's when the devil shows up, like that's when the temptation arises to reach for that drink or reach for, you know, the phone and the shopping app or whatever. There's wanting to find some sort of zone of safety, some sort of ground underneath our feet to fill up, you know, the hungry ghost, right? And it's interesting because, you know, when I lay out the pyramid, I'll read, you know, different aspects, different lines of it. The middle here, which I always say is the core of the reading, we have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Devil. And so it's like, okay, there's worries, And then, but you have stability, and you have, maybe there's worries in the back of your mind that you might lose this. I don't know, you know, but you have the worries, but then you have, I mean, anyone who's worried, you know, and they're losing sleep at night, that also tells us they have something to lose. You know, they have something to lose. So maybe there's a part of you that feels like you have a lot to lose if something doesn't go the way that you want it to go. But I don't know. I mean, I really feel like those worries, that's just you, I feel like, being in your head, because there's so much other energy all here that would say that you are very supported. So I think that a lot of the worries that you might be having about whatever the situation is, whatever your endeavor is, you know, maybe you're spinning your wheels a little bit too much. But, you know, it is up to you. You got to take stock of what you're up against and, you know, harness your Queen of Swords energy and cut out whatever you need to cut out. And the thing is if you are going to be in the mode of cutting things out, you have a lot of support around you. You have a lot of people around you to help you. So don't be afraid to share that. If there is something that you know, are feeling bound to or feeling dependent on, you know, I don't know, maybe this is like a little secret of yours. Maybe you're feeling secretive. Maybe you're feeling ashamed on some level. Get in touch with that and know that you have loved ones around you that can help you with that. Okay? If that is a part of your story, because that is a story that could be coming from here. And then on this leg, we have like, you have everything you need, but maybe you start to feel a little bit bored and losing a little bit of hope. You know, but looking, like, getting back in touch and interfacing with your lover can really help you kind of reinvigorate that hope, and that I feel like whatever you're creating, like you're creating this within the context of your partnership and your family. Like, I mean, this is pretty specific, but that feels like this is definitely like a family planning, like a family building reading, like someone who's wanting to get pregnant, because it's like you have all the things that you need. You may have been trying, but maybe it's like it's not happening, so you're starting to feel a little discouraged. But then you're like, okay, well, let's get this going, lover. Let's make a baby. You know, and then like here's the Empress, right? And then maybe you do get pregnant, or maybe you're having trouble getting pregnant, and then the devil rears its ugly head. It's like, okay, well, if I'm not getting pregnant, I'm just gonna start smoking again, you know, or screw it, I'm just gonna, you know, I don't need, fine, I won't take care of my body. Why am I doing all this stuff here? You know, I don't know. These are just thoughts that are coming up for me as I read these possible scenarios. And then, you know, with the Page of Rods, it's kind of like this interesting semi-opposite, like related energy along both lines here. Like over here, you have the Page of Rods, who is kind of like in this very newbie energy, and being like, okay, what's my course of action here? Like, and so opposite over here, the magician's like, I have everything I need. Like, I have everything I need. I'm just going for it. I know what to do. You know, or even if I don't know what to do, it doesn't matter, because I know I got it. I know I'll know what to do when the opportunity presents itself, because I got everything in my tool bag. And then the Page of Rods is kind of like, I really want to do this thing. okay, let me kind of meditate on this for a little bit. Like, I'm going to meet this with a lot of curiosity and a lot of openness because I don't really know what I'm doing. And I don't know if I have all the things. I mean, I know I have the desire, I know I have the drive. And so I need to create an action plan, you know? And so then kind of moving down, you have the Two of Cups where you have a connected energy. Like, here, whatever kind of plan you're going to make, this is really cool because guess what? You have a partner to help you out with it, or you have a partner to bounce your ideas off of, you know? And they can say, oh, that sounds great, or oh, what did you think of this? Like, just collaboration, you know? Like, just, and not just collaboration, but like intimate, special, like nobody else is this person collaboration. Like, you're special someone, you're special person. And over here, the Four of Cups is a very solitary energy. And you're not even noticing anybody else around you. And you're just kind of, and then like, you know, this weird ghostly hand comes out of the clouds, like, here, you know? And you're like, oh, if you even look up at it. So there isn't any kind of partnership help. Okay. And then kind of moving down, you have the Lovers and then you have your friends. So it's like, okay, you're finally kind of on this spot where it's like, you're no longer alone, regardless of which side you're on, you know? Because on the one hand, you have your close confidants, your oldest and dearest, and then on the other hand, you have your special someone, and that's wonderful. And then coming down from there, you have the Empress who doesn't chase anything, waiting for nobody. Things just flow her way. She ain't even got a trip about it. And then there's the Three of Wands, which is the kind of the opposite energy. Is kind of like thinking about when they're gonna make their move and blah blah blah. And it's interesting. That's interesting. And then it kind of boils down to the Devil. So like, perhaps this can also be saying that when it boils down to it, with the Devil showing up as kind of like the very end of this very beautiful reading with all kinds of support and love and energy and drive and clear ideas about what wants to be created, maybe the Devil, maybe the temptation is of the mind, of the worries. Maybe there's a part of you that is struggling with anxiety, struggling with a lot of the what ifs. You could not have an addiction to some sort of substance. This could just be like your mind, you know, you're beholden, you know, you could feel chained to these worries. You could feel chained to these worries. So I think ultimately, like in the finish, like what this beautiful, like this reading is so bountiful. Like, you have so much to be thankful for. You have so many people and wonderful things in your life. Is just so nice. And it's not like it just all came served to you on a silver platter either. Like, you created this, you know, you co-created this life. And so I think ultimately what this reading is telling you is that whatever kind of endeavor you're after, keep at it. And by and large, there's a lot more support and a lot more love and stability here than this little, you know, worrisome devil. You know what I mean? There's a lot more of that's outshining, you know, anything else. Whatever it may be, regardless of what it is. You know, because if it is something that you need support with, you got it. You got support all around you. This is really good. And the thing is I point out the energies and I read the cards as they are. You then take that information and it resonates with whatever piece it is in your life. Where if it, you don't have to make it fit by any means, but it's like whatever it is that was presented, it's like you, I mean, because there's a million and one endeavors that anyone can embark on, you know. So, and I wish you all the best of luck in yours. And given how everything is laid out, like it feels really positive. Like it feels like whatever it is you're wanting to create, you're creating it. And that's beautiful. So thank you for being here tonight. And if this resonated with you and you know, really got something out of this, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and even add, you know, any other extra insight that you want to share, you know. So thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll see you next time.